Hello and welcome back to the world of the spirit consciousness. We are in the middle of a book study session on the astral body and other astral phenomena. We are discussing the 13th module, which deals with astral entities. In this particular video session, we will be discussing about nature spirits. So let's dive in straight into our topic. So this particular section is subdivided into various parts. We'll have the introduction, the appearance, the general makeup, hierarchy, relationship with humans, and harnessing the power of nature spirits. Coming to the introduction, so this is an extremely large and diverse group, and hence it is possible to only shed some light on their common features. These nature spirits belong to a completely different evolution than our own. They were never human entities, nor will they ever be one. They are only linked with us in that we share the same planet temporarily at times. They seem to be similar to a higher class of animals. No nature spirit has a permanent reincarnating individuality like a soul that we humans do. Hence, it appears as if in their evolution, the development of intelligence takes place before the individualization can happen. Their life on the astral plane varies from extremely short to a lot longer than the human life. They exist like a group of children who are simple, happy, and carefree in a right physical environment. So, in terms of appearance, so nature spirits have several forms, but usually they are tiny human shapes. They are similar to most astral entities and they can will themselves into any shape. But they surely have favorite forms which they prefer to be in when they have no special motive of changing into another shape. In general, they cannot be seen by physical sight, but they have the power to materialize themselves when they want to be visible. In terms of general makeup, nature spirits have no sexual intercourse, no disease, and require no hard work to exist. They tend to build close and everlasting friendships, but they do experience jealousy and anger at times. But this is lost in experiencing the happiness of nature's ways, which is their most important aspect. They don't have an internal structure in their bodies and hence cannot be wounded in any way, nor are they affected by heat or cold. Also, they seem to be devoid of any fear. So while even though the nature spirits are drastically different from humans, that is devoid of gender, fear, or the hard work, then too the gradual evolution is similar to that achieved by the humans. So coming to the hierarchy, so nature spirits are divided into seven major classes consisting of the seven states of matter permeated by the equivalent types of elemental essence. Hence, there exist nature spirits of earth, fire, ether, water, and air. They are well defined astral, intelligent astral entities which live and work in each of these mediums. Only nature spirits of the air class live in the astral world, but they are so abundant in nature that they are present everywhere in the astral world. Medieval literature gave different names to nature spirits of a different medium. Namely, so the earth spirits are usually called as gnomes, water spirits undines, air spirits the sylphs, the ether spirits are called the salamanders. So in popular language, they also call the fairies, goblins, trolls, imps, brownies, fauns, etc. So a great being heads each of these classes and they are the instructive mind of the entire class of nature which is administered and activated by the beings under his guidance. In Hinduism, these great beings are Indra, which is the lord of Akash or ether, Agni, the lord of fire, Pavan, which is the lord of air, Varun, which is the lord of water, Shiti, which is the lord of earth. The huge kingdom of nature spirits, as mentioned above, belong to the astral world in general, although a major part of it is concerned with the etheric stages of the physical plane. So these classes of nature spirits have several subdivisions and races amongst themselves. So there are individuals of different levels of intelligence and different natures like humans do. The sylphs or the nature spirits of air are considered to be the highest kind and their lowest body is the astral. Their intelligence is at the same level as that of an average man. The usual way of achieving individualization is to connect with and love the astral angels who are the members of the successive stage. Having seen the hierarchy, let us look at the relationship that they share with the humans. So they play pranks on humans. They are the source of many tricks. Most nature spirits avoid humans. They are easy to mesmerize and they are special cases. So we will look at each of these subparts in the coming slides. So pranks on humans. So nature spirits rarely help humans. In general, they portray either indifference or aversion. So they tend to be pranksters, but they are hardly harmful unless they are specifically instigated. They take pleasure in playing pranks on people, examples of which are commonly found in science rooms or quiet mountain districts. So in some mountainous regions, they also enchant lost travelers, showing them houses and people in the places the traveler is aware that they don't exist. These delusions can remain to a great extent of time, wherein a person can experience several imaginary adventures and then suddenly realize that he or she is standing on empty land. Sometimes nature spirits impersonate in thought forms created by people and find it funny to breathe out flames and strike a forked tail, etc. At times, an easily influenced child may get very scared of such forms, but it must be recollected that nature spirits are themselves not able to experience fear. Hence, they don't understand the fright of such a child and think it to be part of the game. They are also the source of many tricks. So, their power of enchantment is of great help in playing tricks. With the help of this, their victims can see and hear only what the nature spirits influence them to see, as seen in mesmerized subjects. These fairies can't overpower the human will unless the individual is very weak minded or his or her will is paralyzed by fear. They can only trick the human senses and are known to enchant a great number of people at the same time. Some of the best tricks of Indian jugglers are performed by the nature spirit's assistance in generating a shared hallucination. So the physical phenomena at the spiritual sciences must also be credited to the nature spirits, as many sciences are completely given by these prankish creatures. They can respond to questions, deliver mock messages by knocks or tells showing spirit lights, apporting distant objects, thought reading of present individuals, writing or drawing, and even materializing. They can also use enchantments to help in other tricks. Nature spirits don't mean to cause harm, but they find innocent delight in playing a role and seeing people look up to them with great devotion and calling them angel helpers or dear spirits. They feel happy in sharing the happiness with sitters and feel like they're doing good work by providing comfort to those who are suffering. So most nature spirits avoid humans. So overall, they don't trust men. So whenever a new comer arrives on the astral plane, they try to scare him or her by taking a horrific form. So if the individual refuses to get scared by them, they acknowledge them as a necessary evil that they can't get rid of and ignore him or her or sometimes even become friendly. They take immense joy in playing with children who are dead on the physical plane. and love to entertain them in many ways. Majority of nature spirits tend to stay away from humans in general because the habits and emanations of humans are unpleasant to them. Also, the steady rush of astral currents resulting from people's unregulated wishes is of disturbance to the nature spirits and it irritates them. Sometimes they develop friendships with humans and help them. To enable friendship or acquaintance with nature spirits, a person must be free of physical emanations of alcohol, tobacco, meat, overall uncleanliness, which is unpleasant to the nature spirits. Anger, jealousy, lust, avarice, or depression. And basically, an individual should be clean and acceptable astrally and physically. So, nature spirits love to indulge in high and pure feelings which are constant and which continue without any wild surges. Almost all the nature spirits also enjoy indulging in music, and they do so, and to do so, they may even enter houses, enjoying the sound waves and pulsating and swinging in harmony with them. So, nature spirits are also very easy to mesmerize. So nature spirits appear to have a very dim understanding of responsibility and will as compared to an average person. Hence, it is easier to mesmerize them and employ them to conduct tasks according to the magician's will. Nature spirits can be utilized for a variety of tasks and they will complete them successfully and loyally as long as it is within their power. Now, coming to the special cases, so if a nature spirit wants to experience human life, it may obsess a person who lives in the physical plane. In some cases, nature spirits have materialized physically and built unpleasant relationships with men and women. Probably the tales of fauns and satyrs arise from this fact. However, it is also referred to as a somewhat different subhuman evolution. So, coming to the power of nature spirits and how one can harness the same. So, those nature spirits who are more serious and less playful are at times looked up to as the wood gods or the local village gods. They like the flattery they receive, and undoubtedly, in return, they agree to be of any small help to them. The adept is aware how to utilize the services of nature spirits and often assigns them with some work. However, a magician can do the same thing using invocations, wherein he or she can attract the nature spirits and plead them to do his or her work in exchange for something by using evocations, that is, forcing them to do his work. Both invocation and evocations are avoidable methods, and evocation is particularly avoidable because the operator of such methods could cause nature spirits to turn hostile towards him or her, and that could turn out to be fatal. No master will ever allow their students to try anything of this sort. With that, we have come to an end of the discussion on nature spirits. Our next video will continue the discussion by discussing devas. Please stay tuned.